Hi Aries, welcome to June 2018. This is Phoenix. Finally had her, 9 pounds, 10 days in the hospital. Oh, happy to be a mom. So, really quickly want to talk to you guys about the May 29th full moon in Sagittarius. I hope you guys survived that well. What that was doing was bringing up a lot of beliefs that we realized maybe aren't even ours. So that May 29th energy was all about recognizing through memories, through thoughts, through dreams, hey, that happened to me back then, and now this is how it's affected my life now. And just owning it and just saying, yeah, I'm taking complete ownership and responsibility for forming that belief out of a situation, and now I'm going to let it go and start forming a new belief. And then that cues in June 13th, Gemini new moon. And Gemini new moon is all about acknowledgement and accumulation of information. Gemini energy is all about talking with other people, exchanging information, exchanging news. Gemini is also about our immediate environment, our short distance travel, our early education, and how that affects our confidence levels when it comes to our intelligence now in our adult lives. And also our siblings, really looking at our sibling relationship, our brothers and sisters, and seeing how, when you think of it, they're the closest to us DNA wise, depending on if they're your half or full siblings, but they're the closest to us DNA wise, and when it comes to our nurture as well. So, what beliefs do our siblings have? Or we kind of have to look back and be like, well, do I have that same belief? Where did that belief stem from? Where was it formed within our childhood that we now both have? Or why does my sibling have that belief, but I don't? What was their experience? And so on and so forth. And then June 28th, we have a Capricorn full moon, so that will be bringing up any issues surrounding our career, our profession, our public image, and our authority as well. Okay. Oops. She's waking up soon, so I gotta be fast. Okay, so this is for Aries, June 2018. So no cards are popping out. Aries, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Aries, June 2018. The theme of this reading is giving when it comes to family and friends. And giving in whatever sense that means for you when it comes to power. So either financially giving, or emotionally giving, spiritually giving, mentally giving your power away to family and friends. Like, it's your responsibility. Making sure that it's balanced and making sure that the person who is overtaking doesn't get anything. Don't even give them your attention right now, because that is just creating an overburden on yourself, and it's also creating a lot of issues surrounding the work that you do. So really stepping back, like I mentioned with the full moon in Sagittarius, really stepping back to our beliefs. Why are we working so hard? Why do we feel like we have to give away so much of our power in exchange for money? What is the real reason that we're working so hard for? And a lot of the times you can really stem it back to fear. My husband and I, we went on this road trip, and we're like, let's try and find the root cause of everything. So for instance, we were worried about driving back home without enough gas. And we're like, okay, if we run out of gas, what does that mean? Like, why are we so afraid of running out of gas? If we run out of gas, we have to ask for help. And if we ask for help through CAA, we are going to look vulnerable, and it's going to cost money. And if it costs money, and we just kept stemming. And it got to a point where the root cause was really just fear. Fear of, if we spend money here, then it has to come out of there. And then what does that mean? And it all just trailed back to fear. And once we acknowledged that it was fear-based, we were like, let's just take a risk and drive home and not stop for gas. Sure enough, we got home just fine. It was only just the fear of running out of gas and being vulnerable, having to ask for help, having to put out extra money that we work for. So really stepping back, why are you giving so much to this person? Why are you giving so much to that person? Especially when it comes to the power that you've gained. Does it stem from fear? Really go back further. And once you do that, you're going to realize that a lot that you've invested into your family and friends hasn't necessarily been as beneficial as you may have thought it was. At the end of the day, there is a lack of trust, and there's also some confusion over how much you've invested within the family and friends that you've now turned inward. She's smiling, aka she's passing gas. And that also can come from this King of Wands person, the person who's closed fist with their share. They don't spend as much, they don't share as much, yet here you are over giving. And that's something that's been really on your mind, that's really been taking up a lot of your thoughts. And it's something also that you're putting out there, that you're really manifesting out there. It's that lack mentality, it's that unfair mentality as well, where it's like, well, why do I have to? You don't have to. You can be just like the King of Wands and decide not to. You really don't have to. You may think that you do, but like I said, when you peel back those layers, you'll realize you actually don't have to, especially if it's coming from family where it's like, well, I have to or else my family this. Really though, I think they could figure it out. Actually, it's funny, I was just watching this Netflix original called Explained, and it was saying with the racial wealth gap, it was saying the reason why a lot of African Americans can't get ahead is because of how they're spending their money. They're giving their money back to their family, whereas predominantly Caucasian families, they don't have that pressure to give back any wealth that they gain to their family. So really focusing on why you feel like this need to give, especially when it comes to family and friends. I have a lot of Aries friends who are constantly, here, let me buy you this, let me do that, and it's very generous, but it creates an unequal energy exchange first and foremost, and secondly, it also creates that debt. So, you know, think about what you're really creating in the long run. It may feel generous at first, it may be an act of love, it may even be an act of saying, you know, I'm doing well, let me give. But at the end of the day, stemming back and really peeling back those layers. And it is time to move on when it comes to your thought process with that. And that's going to create a huge shift within your understanding of who you are and why you give so much, which will create a huge transformation, huge change, huge shift that will really feel fair, that will really feel positive, and will really bring in some more positivity as well. So that's the theme. The reading is about your soulmate. Okay, is that who you're giving so much to without even realizing it? Is it not family and friends at all, but it's this partner? Because this reading is about your soulmate. The obstacle in the 8 to your soulmate is some time alone, some inward time. So whether you're with your soulmate now or whether you are looking for your soulmate, time alone is essential. Time, space, really is what's needed right now, and you have to have faith that it will work out in the long run, and that alone time will actually build you two up. Okay, because something is ending, a small thing is ending within the relationship, whether if it's just a frame of mind, who knows, it's something very small, but it is creating a large shift. So recognizing that, going inward, and doing some inner work and some alone time. You okay? She's waking up. Subconsciously, something within the home and family is missing, and you recognize that, and you're thinking about this Knight of Pentacles. So this young energy who's a lot more grounded than probably your soulmate, and really more focused on finances and really focused more on money. And that's something that has to be acknowledged, because the alone time that you're doing from and with your soulmate is just bringing up more thoughts when it comes to this Knight of Pentacles. Okay, you've lost sleep over the past, you've been uncomfortable over the past. Now you really are recognizing that something is missing within the home and family. And the Knight of Pentacles will give you that knowledge that is going to allow you to figure out what's missing. There's something that you've had with the Knight of Pentacles, either in the past or something that you are projecting on the Knight of Pentacles, something that you feel like they can offer you, and that's what's missing from the home and family. Whatever you think this Knight of Pentacles can offer you or has offered you in the past. Right now, Aries feeling kind of negative, which is funny because when I was shuffling for you guys and getting into the zone, there was all positive cards that I was seeing in the deck. But this is really how other people are viewing you, and also sometimes how you view yourself. I'm seeing the belly button for sure, which when you think of the belly button, where did it come from? You know, it's the umbilical cord. It's all stemming from our nourishment and our natural nourishment. Obviously, that's something I've been thinking about. For instance, with Phoenix, I realized that she gets so angry when she needs to feed, and I was thinking about it. I was like, she's getting so angry, she's turning into a rage monster because in the womb, it was a natural, the umbilical cord was naturally feeding her. All she had to do was sleep and chill out, and she didn't have to work so hard for food and freak out and cry for it. And that's really where what I'm seeing with this energy is recognizing that a natural nourishment has been severed. Your umbilical cord has been cut, and now you have to work to be fed, especially when it comes to this soulmate relationship. You feel like you have to work really hard to be fed from it because it's not as natural as it was in the past, okay? Family and friends, new frame of mind surrounding them. You're really looking at them differently. You're really seeing them in a different light. Hope and fear is all that giving emotionally. So although you're giving financially and in a power way, you're giving your power away freely to your family and friends, emotionally you're a little bit shut down. And I think that's where that fear is stemming from. I think that's where you're putting so much energy into giving to family and friends in a power sense. It's because you don't want to give to them emotionally because you can't right now because you're not getting the emotional nourishment that you naturally received in the past from your soulmate. Okay? Last card, Aries, is to recognize that Knight of Pentacles is the energy that you're putting out there. You're putting that energy out into the universe, and that is creating a sense of empowerment within the home and family. However, there is still something missing there. Okay, so although you're going to feel really empowered within home and family, there is still missing within the home and family that you have to acknowledge and appreciate and accept and work on gaining and changing. That's all I have for you, Aries. I hope you have an amazing June. As always, if you want a personalized reading, please feel free to email me. My email address is below, and all my readings include a full astrology and numerology personality analysis along with tarot. Also, if you would care to like, comment, and subscribe, that would be awesome. Love you guys so much. I hope you have an amazing June, and I will see you in July. Bye, Aries.